Welcome to Evilive, the live media commentary show that answers the question, what does an absolute bag of pants mean? Subscribe if you're new to the channel because today we are reviewing the Great British Baking Show Collection 11, Episode 5, Pastry Week.
Yes. This was not a very shocking week for who went home.
No.
I'll say that.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious right from the get-go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for those of you tuning in for the first time, this is, of course, a baking competition that is broken up into 3 different challenges for the contestants. The first one is a signature, the second is a technical, and the last one is a showstopper. And then based on the performance of those 3, someone gets sent home. Because last week we had someone bitch out. This week, this would actually be last week. So 2 weeks ago, someone bitched out. Last week, 2 people went home. And that's where we're sitting right with this episode. So let's start with the signature.
Yeah, signature was meh.
Savory picnic pies.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded great. And all the pictures looked amazing. Execution, not so much.
The pictures were the real winners.
Yeah, like I really do feel like we should do a show about the artist. Because fuck, that artist is amazing.
He's great. Yeah, I mean, he takes their ideas and makes them magical, and then we see the real thing. We're like, wait.
Yeah.
That doesn't look anything like the picture.
I don't think he sent them the picture beforehand.
Yeah, that's the problem. All right, so, I mean, let me look at who actually won this. This is week 5. So who had the best signature?
I'm trying to remember the color key.
I don't notice it in the color key that there was like a great signature winner. And I just rewatched this, and none of these sound familiar at all. I mean, everything was leaking out of everyone's. I mean, Rowan shit the bed.
Yeah, Rowan did terrible. It was, well, that's the thing. Like, from the get-go, Rowan and Nikki were just like, this is our week to go home, I guess. I mean, Dan's seemed dope. Christie's seemed pretty good too, and like she killed it this week. Well, previous week.
She's amazing.
Whatever. This week for this episode, that's how I'm gonna refer to it. Yeah. So like hers, I mean, yeah, leeks and mushrooms, fucking sign me up. And then of course Saku and Tasha, like theirs sounded amazing. I always have a. Anytime tuna is involved with anything, there's like a delicate balance where it's me wanting to puke or me really loving it. And just like a tuna pie that's just like baked and squished together with the quail egg in the middle, to me, sounds revolting. I can't. The only way you can make it worse is adding peas and noodles. Understandable. See, here's the thing. We both grew up in the sort of the same kind of household, so we grew up eating a lot of the similar shit. I understand and appreciate that fully. What did it for me was definitely the quail egg. It's like, oh, I bet that would make it nice. And then it's like, no, a twice cooked hard-boiled egg is going to be dry as fuck.
It's just all around. It's just going to be rough. There's just no way that could have been wonderful. And to see her reaction to their reaction, they're just like, oh, this is really dry and hard to eat. And she's like, oh.
And fucking, wait, was it? No. It was the, shit. Sorry, I just watched it and I'm already forgetting the order. But I remember she had the issue of like a fucking raw dough.
Yeah, maybe that was this one.
Was it the?
Or is the, no, it was this one. Yeah, where it was like soggy on the bottom. And she was like, really?
Yeah,
like
I couldn't remember if it was the signature or if it was the showstopper.
Right. So the pie chart decorative pies, I don't really remember much from her, but I do remember them coming to her table, cutting it open, being like, "Oh shit, this is soggy."
That's right. It was the decorative pie because she ended up doing like what 4 or 5 pies.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, for the most part, I thought all of their showstoppers looked decent. Rowan's looked like shit, but he was
Rowan's was
shit the whole week. So.
Well, and that was so fucking disappointing too to see when him and Alison like lifted it up, which it's like, okay, people, this is why you blind bake a fucking pie crust. Like you have to do that, otherwise it's not solid enough. to hold the base once it's in and baking. It's just going to like fucking turn into mush.
Especially when you have like 3 inches of filling.
Yeah, because that was a
What was going
thick-ass
on?
pie.
It's like he took a bowl of soup and poured it in his raw pastry dough.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
You lost your fucking mind?
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Oh, and then, sorry, going back to the signatures. Maddie's, like, that one to me, that was the real fucking winner. Yeah. I am all about the spanakopita. I love that shit. And, yeah, that just sounded dope.
Yeah, it looked great. Again, his face got under my skin. It's not so much his face as his hair. I really hate his haircut. And I'm not one to judge because who the fuck, but just, it's not good.
You know, Adam, stop. I'm going to stop you right fucking there. You have a beautiful head of hair, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. God damn it.
Yes! I'm a winner. This Dana's Spudtacular picnic pie sounded delicious to me. Mm-hmm. Like, you give me a gratin potatoes in any form, I'm going to dig in.
See, it's so goddamn funny, too, because she didn't even know what the hell she was making. Yeah. And they're trying to tell her this is what you're making, and she's like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So what are these words you're saying?
It's a definite. She's like, it's just potato. I don't.
Yes, it's potato with cream. And then, of course, the funny part is we get through all this shit. Everybody's sort of, they did okay. We go into the thing I'm not even going to try to pronounce, the Dauphinese.
Daphne's Petivier.
There we go. Yes. Fucking French people. You need to simplify your words. Just saying.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Speak English. Really... Come on, French. You spoke German pretty quickly.
Right.
Some asshole French dude's all fucking shaking his fist at us.
I hope
you
so.
You motherfucker.
But yeah, then we go into that. And this shit.
Wait, didn't Christy get a handshake for her pie?
Did she get a handshake
for the creamy mushroom and leek picnic pie? Because it was either this week or the next week.
No, it was this week, because this is the week that she got the Star Baker, or spoiler, she got Star Baker. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, it was the handshake for the mushroom leek. Admittedly, the second time I watched it today was while I was brewing, so it was kind of half watching, half.
Wait, what are you brewing?
Well, shit, I got 2 meads going right now. I got a green thread, so basically a Navajo tea mead, and then an apricot tea mead.
Shit.
So, well, mellow, but yeah. So my house is gonna get stinky as fuck, and I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, I definitely understand, because I just had like Gewürztraminer wine and Cabernet Sauvignon wine from my own grapes in the backyard fermenting, and they funked up the whole house for a whole week. So that was a nightmare.
Hell yeah.
But anyway,
love it.
It's amazing. That's why we like this show, is because we can identify with making things like paper airplanes and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so the Daphne's Petivier, this was a weird one, I thought, because ostensibly it's just like a dome of pastry filled with the gratin potatoes. Mm-hmm. That's really all it is.
Yeah, and
it sounds fancier, but
yeah, it's French people trying to fancy up poor people food, and that's what it was.
A little shitty that Dana just did that for her signature, and then again for the technical.
Well, and then the fucking funny thing is, she got second.
Yeah.
It's like you literally just did that with a different kind of crust. Like, you should have been a shoe, and you should have got number 1.
But to be fair, she was number 2 to Dan's, and Dan's was like,
perfection.
He was hiding a corpse in that thing. It had a dome. Like straight up serial killer. There's a head in there.
Well, and that's what surprised me about this one was how Christy got Star Baker, because she kind of shit the bed with this.
She really did.
Like, she was like the bottom half of the contestants, because she didn't put all her fucking potatoes in there.
I don't understand why was it difficult at all? Like, first of all, you just have to pile it up into a dome. Do they not understand what a dome is? Because there were some that were straight up just like pies.
Yeah, there was 3 of them. They were just like, I don't
understand.
Dense discs.
It really blew my mind. And then when they were doing the puff pastry and fuckface Maddie, like, is like doing it
Dude.
with the actual flour mix.
Yeah, him and
his
Nikki,
cheese.
man. Jesus Christ. Like,
How?
the thing is, it said rough puff, but there's a puff. Like, how the fuck are you gonna get that puff if it's just all mixed in? That's a fucking short crust.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, oh, and then Rowan. Oh well, was it Rowan that was? I can't remember if it was Rowan
He sucks.
or other dude, Josh, that was talking about how, well, if it was supposed to be puff pastry, there'd be strips, and it's telling me to grate it. So obviously, I got to mix it. It's like, who the fuck do you think you are, motherfucker? There's difference between puff pastry and rough puff pastry.
Yeah.
About 2 hours difference.
Josh is like all over the place. He's either like doing an amazing job or he's completely shitting the bed. He is never seemingly in the middle.
Yeah, he's one of those people that he's going to ride through to the fucking end because he stays right in the center.
It's crazy. Like when he needs to shine, he shines.
Mm-hmm.
When he can skate by, he just skates by. And he just has that same sort of fake human smile on his face the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, I am an alien that looks like a mortal man, and I will make it through to the end to kill you all. Like that's how aliens are going to take over, just so everyone understands if you didn't know already. Like Roswell, that was a testing ground for them to get into baking and take over the world.
Yeah.
It's science. Look it up.
Yeah, duh.
Of course. Yeah, so Dan did great, and I'm getting tired because I really want to like Dan, and I kind of like him, but then I really hate his jaw. His jaw, even when it's moving, looks like it's constantly clenched.
Yeah, God, and that shit was so funny. I can't remember if it was this episode or last week's episode or this episode, where he like loses his shit and actually talks with his mouth open, and I couldn't understand a fucking word he said.
Yes.
Like when I first watched, I look over at my wife. I'm like, did he just say English words? Because I don't know. It's like usually it's only like the fucking Scottish people with like the heavy Scottish accent that I can't understand for shit. That I was like, I don't even think Google Translate would be able to tell me what the fuck he just said.
Google Translate is just like, what the fuck? Come again? Yeah, so Dana got second. Dan got first in the technical. Christy got fifth, but she did so well in the first and the last. I think that's why she ended up on top.
Yeah, of course.
Josh, I'm surprised he stayed in this round.
Yeah.
I mean, it was his showstopper that saved his ass because that was magical.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
everything else he did this week was just hot just a bag of pants.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
It's a
straight
fucking
up.
bag of pants.
I mean,
My wife and I are the whole time, we're like, what the fuck is a bag of pants?
Yeah.
We had to look up what a bag of pants is. Just garbage. It's shit.
Dan's last victim. That's great.
So Tasha is, I think she's a faker. I don't think she's deaf at all. I think it's just a fucking game she's playing.
Yeah, no, she just straight up got an implant on her skull just to fucking fool everyone.
She's committed.
She's very
what
committed.
It is. She's committed to a bit, and she's going to ride it to the end. But it's fake as fuck. First of all, I've never met a deaf human that can speak perfectly clearly. There's always some sort of like, what?
Yeah.
You don't have an implant in your head.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm talking like actual deaf, not fucking rock and roll too much deaf. No, one of the kids that my sister grew up with, like went to school with all through high school and shit. He's deaf and he has cochlear implants, and he can kind of hear, but not really. But yeah, if you didn't see his implants, like you pretty much, like you'd be surprised. Like, oh, this kid's deaf. That's surprising.
Right. Well, you can always win an argument by saying, yeah, but still.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, but still. She's faking. She's 100% faking.
I believe it. I believe it. I'm on your side.
Saku, I'm just endearing myself to her more and more, but this week she was doing really, really badly.
Dude, I know. I was talking about this because I was rewatching it and watching this week's episode before we got on. Mm-hmm. And it's so fucking disappointing that I feel like her and Tasha are now competing to see who goes home first.
Yeah.
but that I believe they're both going home is just, it's like, it's there. It's written in the fucking cards, because they came out so strong and just, they were solid, and now it's sort of like, and it's just like almost every other fucking season. You get those people that start off just ahead of the crowd, amazing, and then halfway through, just something clicks in their head and they fucking check out. And then it's the people that were just riding the medium the whole time. They're the ones that win.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
Is what it is. There's no real like drama involved. You're just like, all right, everyone's just gonna like ease out a glob of cum to the end.
Yep.
There's not gonna be any build up like, ooh, God, and it's gonna like the fireworks. I'm like, what is that called when it? It's definitely fireworks. That's what it is. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about the showstopper, because there was a couple of these that I thought were beautiful, and I'm convinced. You let me know what you think. I'm kind of convinced you put leaves next to any pastry and it's going to look better. It's just going to look better.
Yeah, definitely. Well, not only that, but leaves and then coloring the dough.
Yeah.
Like you do that shit, it makes a boring ass pie that you're like, yeah, I'm going to eat it because it's going to make a turd. And you put some color on it and some decoration around it, and you're like, Jesus Christ, cancel my plans for the night. I'm going to make a beautiful turd.
Yeah. I'll sign on to that. Make a beautiful.
Yeah, no, that is the thing.
I'm going to ruin my friend's basement toilet for sure off of this.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, I think we should do that. We should all get together. We should all bring pies and then evacuate them in that that restroom.
All together at the same time?
I mean, we're
just ass to
we're
ass
all
and see what
comfortable enough
happens
with ourselves. Why not? I mean, it'd be fucking hilarious. I mean, if we do it individually, we'll see who destroys the toilet.
There is a shower right there, so it's okay.
Fair.
We can do it. Though he has carpet in his bathroom. Odd choice, in my opinion. Carpet in a bathroom, because
that is a 70s choice, man.
Whatever gets in that fabric ain't coming out, man.
Oh man, yeah. The one of the houses I grew up in as a kid was like that, and we had animals, and animals get sick.
Yeah.
And when they get sick, you never get rid of that smell. And when that's in a bathroom, once the doors are closed and the steam gets flowing, it just kind of wakes that up. Yeah. Bad choice. Bad choice.
So her autumnal. Why I can't say that word. What?
Autumnal?
Autumnal?
God, now I can't.
That's not right.
Holy shit! Her autumn lattice.
Is that a real word?
Yeah,
Are they
I think
fucking
so.
with us? Anyway, her autumn lattice. Those were great. They were beautiful. The flavors sounded amazing to me. Mm-hmm. Everything about it, but none of them matched up even close, in my opinion, to what Josh put together. It was like this sunflower, except it was, a bunch of different pies all sort of stacked up, and each one of them hit the mark perfectly. So much so, I can't believe he didn't get a handshake.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and
that's
the thing. We've seen multiple handshakes in an episode before, so it's not out of the question.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, his was killer.
Oh, he totally should have won. I think that's what kept him in this episode, not getting kicked out, because he needed that desperately bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
The ski trip one that Maddie put together. Fuck this guy.
I just watched it. I don't even remember.
I want him to be going so badly. Nikki's Grand's Garden Trio. The thing is,
they looked good.
Yeah, she's style over substance. She's
100.
super badass, awesome, funny, entertaining. I want to spend an afternoon drinking tea with her.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I would never want to eat anything she makes.
No.
It never ends up good.
The thing is, and I mean, this might just be my American bias, but how the fuck do you fuck up an apple pie? Like, to make a dry apple pie, like,
I've never heard of it.
Like,
not once.
Did she put it in a food dehydrator? Like, that's the only thing I can think, because
she had a Ronco dehydrator.
God, maybe. But it's like, that's so, like, the elements that you use to create the sauce and all that stuff that contain the apples, like, that's what also holds the moisture in the pie.
Yeah.
So
Not to mention the extra
It just,
moisture from the apples, the fucking fruit.
well,
Like,
yeah,
how
that's what
does
I'm
that
saying.
dry it out?
Like as that comes out, because of all the sugars and stuff in there,
Hmm.
that just pulls onto it and tightens that in. Like it's, yeah,
That is weird.
I'm just amazed more than anything else, like how the fuck you dry that out.
There was a couple references to an American fruit pie.
Blueberry specifically.
Well, they did the
Mhm.
blueberry, which was the
Mhm.
first one that cued me off that there's something weird going on and something rotten in the House of Denmark. But then they also did it about the fucking apple pie. It was an
Was it the
American
apple
apple
pie?
pie. Or there's
Oh,
something else that was American and then pie. I was just like, wait, what? Do you guys not have fruit pies in UK? Like, what? Why is it an American? Do they not have blueberries in
well,
the UK?
blueberries were an American export.
Okay, well, that answered my question.
Yeah,
They did not have
but
them.
it wasn't until the English came over that they were blueberries. Before then, they
Right.
were starberries.
Well,
I'm with
fuck
you.
them, because yeah, I'll take American in all pies because pies are the food of the gods. They're
Mhm.
amazing, and I
Right.
don't know why. It does seem like the English specifically have tried to take ownership of the pie, and I understand that Americans are just immigrants from all of the rest of the world, so it's not like we can claim anything,
Well, I
but
mean,
we get pies.
we kind of can,
We get fucking pies, okay? No one else. We
especially
get 'em.
pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wants to say, "Oh, apples are that nothing's more American than apple pie." It's like, sorry, but we got that from the Chinese. Um, the all-American pie is pumpkin pie. God damn it!
I call it genocide pie
There you go.
because it's fitting and delicious.
Very delicious.
We're seeing it right now over in the Middle East.
Oh
All right,
God.
I don't want to get
Right.
political. So yeah, the apple of my pie that Dana put out there, I don't even remember if that was good or not.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
remember
I'm
when she was
drawing a blank.
making it, and she was like, "Oh, it's gonna have almonds in it, and it's gonna have like
Oh
frangipane in it, and it's gonna have."
no, I remember that was like a fucking solid cake. That was the
Just,
biggest travesty. Like the fact that she didn't get kicked off because of how bad that was amazing.
she's been
Like,
going down quick.
well, I honestly I think it's just because of how solid she was with the signature and the technical. Because I mean, technical, the only reason she was second was because Dan's was like picture perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a cake in a pie crust, which sounds great if you're going for that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It was funny when the host was just like, "Oh, I love marzipan." She's like, "I didn't say marzipan."
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh,
Good
almonds."
mention.
I mean,
Yeah. And it's
nice
like
save.
it's such
Smooth.
an interesting choice to do anyways, because like where's the moisture gonna come from? Because that's some dry ass shit. Like two things that are pretty
Hmm.
dry, and you're baking it. Like, where's
Yeah,
your moisture coming from, Holmes?
just bad decisions all around. But none of them were as bad, in my opinion, as Rowan's. I don't know what the fuck he was doing with the amount of filling. He didn't let
Mhm.
it rest to set at all. I don't even know if he had a setting agent in it or anything. I mean, it was
Mhm.
just like a big pile of soup that was still in the cooking tin, and they couldn't even shovel it out.
Yeah, yeah. They just ignored that one, and then
Gosh.
bust out his blueberry pie that was just goo. Now, to be fair, I would have fucking destroyed that pie because I like blueberry pie and I don't give a fuck how bad it's made. And it was quite appetizing to me, but I understand
Yeah.
it shouldn't fall apart like that.
Nice. All right. So, did you have a favorite bake of this week?
Um, I mean, Christie's signature or not, the showstopper, like that was pretty fucking good, and Josh's was beautiful. Like
Yeah.
it was beautiful, but yeah, that's really about it. And the thing is, I'm looking at the list right now, and again, I just watched this shit like
Mhm.
40 minutes ago. I don't remember most of these.
Yeah. None
that's,
of
that's
them were really worth
yeah,
remembering, to be quite
pretty
honest.
much.
But yeah, I thought Dan's was really interesting, though his showstopper wasn't received quite well. But the
Mhm.
concept behind it I liked, but that doesn't really matter when it comes to a baking show. It's got to look and taste delicious more than anything.
Yeah.
Um, I gotta give it up to Josh, which is funny because he's not doing very well. But his showstopper was a showstopper, like it really
Hmm.
was, and I was surprised he didn't get the handshake. And I desperately want to eat Christie's mushroom and leek pies or just her pie.
Yeah, well, fair.
Okay.
That is
so
fair.
she ended up being the star baker.
Mhm.
Of course, you get that handshake and you don't shit the bed, you're going to end up in the front. Eliminated was no question to anyone. They like flashed over to Saku and Tasha, but we knew.
Yeah, no, it was again, it was from them leaving the gate, like right at with the signatures. It was just, yeah, it's Nikki and Rowan. There's no way they're recovering. And then of course, well, and Rowan came close-ish with the signature or the technical, because he was in the top half of the technical. But yeah, I just like, you fuck up something so bad you can't even take it out of the cooking tin, you're going home.
Yeah, and then, I mean, just his showstopper at the his signature at the very beginning, every one of them had a problem. The tops popping off, the bottoms have holes. Like, it was all just shit.
One was barely even. It wasn't even connected. It's just he put the pieces together and hoped they didn't notice it. And they even called him out for that.
Garbage, this kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just based on this episode alone, knowing we're sort of at the halfway mark, I think. Number 5. I think there's 10 of these or something like that. Do you have any vibe of who you think could actually make it?
Okay, so I want it to be like, for the final 3, I want it to be Saku, Tasha, and I'm having a hard time. It's either between Dan and Christy.
Yeah.
Like, those two kind of go back and forth each week, but realistically, I think it's going to end up being Josh, Dan, and Christy.
Wow.
Yeah, because again, Josh, he's the one, just like every season, that just rides right in the middle of the class until the fucking finale, and then he gets it to the finale. So I think he's probably going to be there. Because the thing is, he's all right. And when he wants to do really good, he fucking kills it.
Yeah.
And again, like with Christy and Tasha and Saku, like they're fucking great. I love them. They're especially Saku, great character. But they were amazing from the beginning, and they've just been slowly declining since. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think Saku's declining faster than Tasha is personally, but my top 3 sort of money pick would be Christy, Dan, and Tasha. Tasha silently kills all the time. Never gets a handshake. Well, I think she's gotten one, but she fucking kills regularly when she's there.
Yeah.
Christy has come into her own. She's found that vibe,
definitely.
and she's just rocking with it. Dan, he gets knocked down every once in a while, but he keeps coming back up. Serial killers don't quit. So I feel like
it's
he's
just
for
like
sure
when
in
you
the end.
shoot Michael Myers, man. He fucking stands right up and keeps coming like a tank.
I wonder if Dan has a cult behind him, and that's why he's coming back all the time.
Oh man, I fucking
Michael
hope so.
Myers.
I hope so.
Somewhere, I was trying to make a Halloween 5 reference, but I forgot the actor's name. Damn it. Oh, the comedic actor. It was his first film. It was Halloween 5. He was Ant-Man.
Oh, you're talking about Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I forgot the joke. All right, anyway, so that's all I got. And did you have a least favorite bake or anything like that? Anything Rowan put
least
out?
favorite? No, but I mean, the rest kind of just sucked.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you wanted to cover with this?
Oh man, I think we got it.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. Let us know what you thought about this particular episode. Do you have a favorite character? I don't even want to call them humans, because once you get into this weird snow globe of a baking competition, you do become almost a caricature of your hometown rather than an individual,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's really weird. So let us know who you like the best, what your favorite bake is of this week. And of course, as always, remember that evil spelled backwards is baking show. So
Fuck yeah, it
this
is.
is out there and bake. And then make a beautiful turd.
Right, absolutely. So because of that last episode, we're doing cinnamon rolls. And because of the episode from this week, we're going to do